We need to get back to Grand Haven, where the search continues for a missing boy, missing in Lake Michigan as we speak. News 8's Whitney Burney is live at the scene, and she's getting word from the police officials there. Whitney.
Okay, Chief Hawk, what can you tell us about what's going on here at the state park?
Well, here at Grand Haven State Park, our officers responded here at 3:43 p.m. on the report of a missing swimmer. The swimmer's a 14-year-old boy. Citizens that were at the water's edge assisted with human chains, and our officers started a search. We've been searching ever since. The water is very rough. The waves are high. We've got some whitecaps coming in. The captain that's running the searches at the water's edge reports two longshore currents. One of them's going north toward the pier, and one of them is going south down to the other end of the beach. And those are on either side of the sandbar that's right out here by the swim area. So conditions are very difficult. Search conditions are extremely difficult. We've been searching for about 2 hours. Obviously, we're hoping and praying for the best, but we're going to continue to search and do our best to find the young man.
Is there any information on what point the young man entered the water here? Was it near the pier? Was it?
Well, we have the beach now divided up into areas, so we know that he went in right here at Area 3, the Area 3 sign, which is where the swim buoys are. So he was right at or near the swim buoys where he was last seen. So we have a pretty good location for his last position. Unfortunately, with the currents that are present, the longshore currents and then the rip currents down by the pier, things can change very rapidly. So we're having a difficult time with the search due to the water conditions, but we're going to keep trying.
Can you talk a little bit about the agencies that are responding here? We see there's a helicopter searching the waters. Just a little bit about that.
Right. We've got we did an all-call for Grand Haven Public Safety. We've got all our officers in. We've got Grand Haven Township Fire Rescue here. North Ottawa Community Hospital paramedics are here. Of course, the state park personnel, Ottawa County Sheriff's Department, and the Coast Guard. We have a sheriff's boat out, we have a Coast Guard boat out, and we also have the Coast Guard helicopter.
And you briefly spoke a little bit about the conditions out there on the water. Can you talk a little bit about what the waves are like for your teams that are out in the water searching?
Sure, the waves are very difficult right now. We've got multiple different factors in play with the water. We've got both the rip currents that go, the water comes in and then runs back out through a narrow channel. That's a rip current. We also have a rip current that's a structural rip current alongside the pier. So on the south side of the south pier, the structural rip current will take swimmers out along the side of the pier and push them out into the lake. We also have today, due to the water conditions, what they call a longshore current. Our captain at the water's edge is reporting two different longshore currents based on what he's seeing out there, kind of going both ways on the other side on each side of the sandbar. So it's pretty tricky, very treacherous, and difficult water conditions today.
Are you guys?
How much the beach has a big foot traffic? Well, a little down the way, there's a lot of swimmers out in the water.
Right, the red flag is out. Swimmers shouldn't be in the water. Our personnel right now are focused on the search.
Are you guys expecting to be out here?
We're expecting to be out here for as long as we can search, and we'll be out here until we recover the young man, or until enough time has lapsed where the search is futile, and then we'll start again tomorrow morning.
And I see a lot of community members have come out here. How is the community played a role today, and what is that support mean?
We had several people that were at the water's edge initially that helped our officers.
Some human were formed, and also the community, as always, is very supportive.
All right, you've been listening to Chief Jeff Hawk there with the Grand Haven Department of Public Safety, briefing us on what sounds to be a tragedy there at Grand Haven State Park, where a 14-year-old boy went missing in the water and has not yet been found. We heard the sound of helicopters flying overhead. The search for that young man continues there on the water, and they say they'll continue doing that until that search becomes futile. We're out there monitoring this. The community, of course, got engaged in that search for him. A lot of people concerned for that young man and, of course, his family tonight. We will keep you posted.